Ready? Hi! It's time for Art at Home with Mrs. Wilson. Our activity for this week is Splotch Monsters. You see my little monsters on the page? These are really fun. These are some of my students' favorite things to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to make the splotches. And we're going to do that with watercolor paints. Now watercolors, you can find those right at the grocery store, right where the school supplies are sold. But if you don't have any watercolor paints, it's okay. There's other things you can use. If you happen to have any food coloring, ask your parents if there's food coloring in the house. If you just get a little cup, you get a cup and you just put a little bit of water, like that much water in the bottom, and put a little bit of food coloring, and then you have watercolor paints. Easy as that. So I have a tray of watercolors here, so I'll go ahead and do mine with these, and I'll show you how to start. First you need to make your splotches, and then you have to let them dry, and when they're dry, you can use markers or pens to put little faces and details on them to make them little monsters, little happy monsters like that. So the first thing you need to do, and we'll show here, is first you need to put some water in your watercolor paint. You have to wake it up. This is how I always tell my students. You put some water in, wake up your paint colors. Good morning, purple. You wake it up, and then you're gonna put some little puddles. You wanna make some little puddles on your paper. See how I'm doing some puddles all around? And you can even do a couple of different colors at a time. I'm gonna wake up blue now. Good morning, blue. And I'll put some blue there too. And then this is the most fun part. Then you are going to take a big deep breath and blow air on your watercolor paint so it spreads out. Isn't that fun? So then you have tentacles and little arms and legs and all that. And do you see these different tentacles here? If you blow on that, ready? That'll even spread it out even more. And then you can do some more. You can do other puddles. So do several puddles on each piece of paper, and you can get several papers. And if you don't have watercolor paints and you don't have food coloring, maybe your parents have other kinds of paints, maybe craft paint, and you can just put a little bit of paint and water it down a lot. Isn't that fun? And maybe I think I'm gonna add some orange. Good morning, orange. Time to wake up the orange paint. Good morning. And we'll make a little puddle of orange there. You can make some that are several colors and some that are just one color. Isn't that fun? And then you let them dry, and when they're dry, so these I already let dry, so let them dry, and then I can get some, I have some different markers and different pens. You could use anything to add some details. And like here, maybe this looks like little antenna. Maybe I'm gonna make some little lines to make the antennas stand out. And maybe I'll put a little face. Maybe I'll do maybe 3 eyes, because they're little happy monsters. Like that. I think I'll get a different, I'm running out of ink with these. Oh my goodness. Oh, and you know what else you can even do? You can, oh, I'm gonna wake up the black paint. Good morning, black. You can even add in some eyes with other paint colors. And then I want a happy, smiley, happy monster, so I'll make a big smiley face. And then maybe I'll make some cute little legs. Like that. Wilson-Splotch Monsters. So I want you to take pictures. You can post them in the comments. You could email them to me if you know my email address. But I hope you have a wonderful time making your Splotch Monsters. Bye!